Shout out to the legendary City Gardens in Trenton, New Jersey. Now, you were a busboy, and you named your production company Busboy Productions because of your vast experience.
My vast experience as a producer. Yeah. Well, it was, you know.
Yeah, what did you learn?
Well, none of this idea of show business, you know, this was a different era. This was, you know, the 70s and 80s. I did not come from a family rich in theatrical tradition. My mom was a teacher. My dad was a scientist. Yeah.
My mom's a teacher as well.
Meaningful when your mom's a teacher, you know. Yes. The idea of possibilities did not really enter into my mindset. I worked at, there was a dive bar up on Route 1 in Trenton called The Bottom Half. To give you a sense of the flavor of the neighborhood, I got the job there from my classmate that I went to high school with, Vinny Regolia, and his father, Vinny Regolia. This is Iran hostage crisis era. So everybody had on the Ayatollah Assahola shirts. Like, this is where I come from. And this place in Trenton called City Gardens, which was a punk club. Rough area down on Calhoun Street, but it had the best shows. You know, Bad Brains was like the house band, you know, Dead Kennedys, Black Flag, like the best punk shows I'd ever seen. So I got a job there bartending. When you're living in that area, like, you kind of, your life is, you go to the tavern on Fridays, you go to the tavern earlier because you just got paid, and you just wait. Like, you get your beers and you wait till you turn into the 70-year-old guy who's at the other side of the bar. And City Gardens was the first place that I got into that reeked of possibility, that just the creative energy rolling through that place, and the violence, but also that feeling of like, you don't have to fucking stay here. You can try something. And that was the impetus to, you know, I never thought like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go into show business.
Right. There's something about the ethos of those punk bands and Jello Biafra and Henry Rollins and all these guys at this time. And the stuff they were writing, Operation Ivy and stuff. And I know about this stuff because the white kids who I hung out with were listening to this stuff.
Right.
And I heard myself in that stuff, and they heard themselves in hip hop. And it was a good cultural exchange, specifically with the bands that you're talking about.
Hip hop, especially in those early days, and now, there was such viscera to it. Like, you felt it in your bones, and that's what punk felt like. The drive of it, the inspiration of it, all those things. And it felt very DIY. Like, it didn't feel like you had to be a Juilliard kid. It felt like you just had to be somebody who felt something.
Right.
And hip hop felt like that too. Like, you're a kid that feels something, express yourself.
Right.
And that's what the punk movement was. And I knew I didn't have that talent, but I felt something.
What we done started. Look at what we done started. This the people party. When opportunity knocking, then young nigga move that door. Whoa, get your foot stuck, get it, call me young, go get it. Now you can't fuck with it, might as well roll with it.